Welcome back to the boss mode walkthrough series. We are now starting chapter 6. And the first phase of chapter 6 is going to be Rotting Woods, and we're going to be doing normal mode. Normal mode is pretty easy to get through. I actually have 3 separate videos with 3 different teams. Being that there are no fast enemies at all, you have a lot of variety for beating this team here, or beating this stage. So I'm going to run through 3 different versions of this dungeon here. All of them are pretty quick. There are a couple little mechanics to work through, and we'll touch on those as needed. So starting out, we're actually using the Undead team, which if you've seen my other videos, this is my strongest team. It is my most viable team due to high level epics of Yorick and Hansuke, as well as high runes on both Zam and Braum. So those guys are my big hitters. So there's not really much in here. Surprisingly, these little beast guys do quite a bit of damage to this team compared to some other ones. Part of that is because these guys have boosted damage against warriors. At least some of them do. So that really doesn't scare me too much. I know with Hansuke and his epic, he's going to protect the team quite a bit defensively, and Yorick should be healing them pretty regularly as well. So even though a lot of times every one of them is going to get a pot shot in on your team, it's not usually too dangerous. I'm running this on auto attack. If you're doing this for the first time, you may want to just consider doing some micromanaging and focus fire some targets down so that there's less overall damage coming in. So it's generally a smart thing to do, is just be cautious about who you're attacking and make sure you kill guys so they don't get one of these little running rampage or riot attacks and get several hits in. Otherwise, use your defensive buffs with Yorick as often as possible, and ultimately you should probably try using your vigilance with Hansuke as well, just so that you protect yourself. The goal is to get to the end without using any of your potions. If you can make it to the boss rooms on any boss mode dungeon without using your potions, you always have that safety net there, because you can use your revive potions, you can use your energy potions. That helps quite a bit when you have that safety net, especially when you're trying to go for the 3-star for the first time. So if you're a lower level or you have lesser runes on your Undead team or whatever team you're using here, just be mindful of who you're attacking. Like in this case here, anytime they use wild growth, I almost always try to kill those guys first if I'm doing a room for the first time. Now, being that I'm on auto attack, it really didn't make much of a difference. So keep that in mind. These little wolves here, you can sometimes get lucky with Marked for Death from Yorick. I'd say it's about 50-50 from my experience, so it's successful here. I tried to get a little bit greedy with my friend heroes in one instance, and wanted to try and mark both of them, and it didn't work out so well. So they are immune to darkness, so you're not going to be able to use Braum's AoE attack, but Braum and Zam can make short work of these, even if they're not marked, so not really that big of a deal. So this blue guy here, he will get a pretty rough attack on you. It's better if you use your defensive buff, because he does put out a little bit of damage, and it's unlikely that you'll be able to kill both of them on the first turn, unless you do get lucky with a friend hero who can really take them down. But for the most part, these are some of the easiest boss mode bosses you could ask for. They don't do a ton of attack because the one does a buff on the first turn, and then we saw Zam take that out pretty easily. So pretty easy win here. Didn't even need a friend hero. Just kind of take it and move on. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Thanks for watching.